Coming to a cinema near you. Godzilla the Lizard versus Thomas the Tank. It's gonna be a battle till the bitter end. Well, hello everyone. In this cage here I've got a very special guest for you to see today. This very special guest was picked up injured from her mum's home, and there she's in there. Her name is Lizzie. I've had Lizzie there for about a week. It's in a cat cage. I had to put some tape on the sides here because Lizzie could actually get through the small gaps here, and she's got some of her favourite toys in there as well. It looks like some sort of bug has caught itself on the back of the tape there. Wonder if Lizzie will eat it. Lizzie's fairly gentle. She's got very used to being handled by me. She's recovered a lot in the last week because she came here injured. We'll get onto injury soon, but let's see if she eats this bug. That'd be nice to eat, wouldn't it? Hey? Do we eat that sort of thing? She's huffing and puffing a bit. Maybe far more inviting if I had that bug in my fingers here. Will Lizzie like to eat it from my fingers? Let me try and eat that bug. Is that something you normally eat? You know, give it a lick. We're going to bite my finger. I think this blue tongue's actually fairly well... What would I say? It's not a biter, this one. It's very well natured, this one. You sniffing that? Maybe it's something they don't eat. Curious, isn't it? You don't eat that one? Maybe you're not hungry. Well, I've changed it that she's on my hand, and so is the little critter there. She actually thought about it for a bit. Half opened her mouth, and no. She's just looking at it. This blue tongue, it's a girl, I hope. I'm not an expert on these. I think she's fairly young. I say that because of her size. She's got a few war wounds on her. On her leg there. She's missing some digits as well, which is hard. Oh, she wants to come down camera now. She's very, very nicely natured, this one. There's the skin. And her injury, when I picked her up from my mum's place, and she's actually very weak when I picked her up because she's strong now. Her injury is down the back here. You'll start to see it. There it is there. She's shed her tail. Either she's been attacked and she's lost it, or it's part of her defense mechanism. The young ones apparently lose their tail as part of their defense. There was a huge scab on that before that has just fallen off, and I think part of their tail grows back. Although I'm not an expert on these, I just read a wiki page about this, and you've got to be very careful about reading wiki pages and about how true the information is and correct. But she is absolutely beautiful. Not only just beautiful, but she's very, very lovely natured, this one. It's interesting when you look at this reptile up close, you start to see the scales. You can start to see other war wounds here. Apparently, when they're mating, some of these injuries occur. Once again, I only found it out from reading a wiki page. But I think the most common thing I see is you'll see that there's quite often digits missing, although there's a full reptile little hand there. Very cute little hands. Sometimes you'll see like a mark around the head. This one here's got a nice clean head. I've seen them before where they've got marks around here, but I've never seen one where the tail is missing like that. And when I picked her up, she's actually under my mum's bin at home. She was very weak, and I know that she was weak because when I picked her up, she just had very little life in her. I fed her up this week. She ate a lot of meat when she came here, and she's really recovered her strength, and she's just absolutely stunning to look at. What I will try, she didn't eat that insect, but I'll try something that I know she loves. She ate a lot of this when she came home to my place. She's having a sniff. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, watch out. She's hungry. Oh, it's interesting. She didn't eat the bug, but she's getting into that mince. I had mince with her yesterday. She didn't eat yesterday, but like I said, when I first brought her home, she ate a stack of mince. Wow, look at her go. Good girl, Lizzie. Try and get another lump of mince so you can see her eating here. Hopefully not getting my fingers. These guys have got a pretty mean and very strong bite. If they do get hold of your finger. Yeah, there she goes. She's loving that. Yeah. Really good place to eat when you come to my place, isn't it? Hey? Well, here's the underside of her. She's absolutely beautiful. She's relaxed in my hand. You can see another injury just near her mouth there. She's just had something to eat, so she's wanting to open her mouth. And we'll get down to her tail here. And the reason why, hopefully she's female, is the fact that down here, apparently the males have got two lumps. Not that I've ever seen a male, and she's starting to squirm a bit. But down between, I think the leg area down there is her gender. I can't see two lumps, can you? But it is weird. All I've ever found is the females, which is sort of nice. Maybe the males just don't get out as much as the girls do. Don't know much about these guys. Oh, and the excitement of being on camera has got to this girl. Well, there you go. Some YouTube poop, courtesy of Lizzie the Lizard. Now, what's very curious about what I've been finding in a cage over the last week is, hey, there's the poop she just did. And they always seem to, well, produce this white thing. I don't know what that is. And there's a bit of a closer look at the white thing she tends to poop out. I've found one of those in the cage nearly every day. Don't understand it. As for the poop, she seems to do that every 2 to 3 days, but I was finding those every day. They are cold-blooded animals, but now she's been out in the sun a bit. Hey, she's doing her display of her mouth. This is a way that she will scare off things that are after her. She'll open up her mouth and she's got a big blue tongue. I think you can see that. She's not sticking her tongue out yet. Maybe I'll try her with that, that insect. Now she's getting quite active because the sun really wakes these guys up. Well, there's that lovely bug, not moving much now. Let's see if she comes in and eats it, since she's waking up a bit. How's that? You want to have a bite of that one? Come on, Lizzie. Surely that's a delicacy for you. You gonna do a tongue display or not? Hey? She's certainly got a mouth open, that's for certain. Can't get a tongue out. Well, nearly. Come on. I want to see that tongue. Come on, give us a tongue. Maybe I'll put my thumb there. I'll lose it. You do a tongue display for us? You want to scratch under there, don't you? Hey? You're still nice-natured. I know your game. Well, as for her size, I'll just look at her in inches here. I think, and I measured her before, it was just over 9 inches long. I don't think she's fully grown. And she's going to be on the move now. Once they warm up, they're actually quite agile and they can move very fast if they want to. Oh yeah, she's assessing where she is. She'll putting her tongue out to a bit of a taste of the air. In fact, I think she's having another, yes, another one of those. Wow, she's really performing all sorts of tricks for me today. She's definitely back to full health, I think. Another little memory of her in the backyard. Now also, my reading up, I know the kookaburras is something that will come down and get these guys, but also larger snakes, which I didn't know. Obviously, feral cats and dogs unfortunately get these beautiful critters. And one of their defensive measures, and I'll see if I'll get her to do it with the birds chirping in the background, is she'll go really flat. There you go, she's sort of doing it now. She can really open up her size by looking, if she feels like she's under threat, they just go flat, they look much, much bigger, and that's another way that they try and scare whoever is attacking them off. But the shedding of the tail is actually something, the first time I've come across one where the tail's gone, and apparently when they're younger, it's fairly common to see that. And that's what I'm sort of thinking, well, maybe by her size and the fact that she's lost the tail there, I'm thinking this is a young girl. There she is. Maybe the birds are getting quite excited because she's in the backyard here. They probably spotted her. Maybe those birds see her as a threat in some way, I don't know. And actually that's the sort of stuff that they love to be in, the longer grass like that. They love to be in leaves and mulch, and during the winter time you just don't see them. I've got a funny feeling they hide out in their little secret dens and lairs until the warmer weather comes back. But by seeing how healthy she is here, I'm absolutely certain I could take her back to my mum's place and release her from where she came. Just making sure she's using all of her legs. Oh yeah, sometimes her back legs don't seem to be moving, but she seems to be fine. And if you are going to pick up these guys, I think the advice is you don't come in from the front, you come into the back here, and you've got to be fast. You get them at the back here. Once you've got control of that area there, they tend to be fairly easy to pick up. But of course they're going to try and defend themselves. And there she's doing the classic defensive thing with me here. Even though we're friends, I don't know if you can see the way she's splaying out there. Yeah, she's doing her protective defensive mode. See if I get her to display her tongue. Normally they'll open up their mouth wide open. You do your mouth for me? Come on, do your mouth and tongue. Oh, there's a bit of a spit. Okay. Do your mouth and tongue. You do that? Oh, no. And I know the question on everyone's lips is, how about calming this critter down with these little toys that puff, the bath time toys. This is Percy. I've had success with Percy before. Remember that video? I think it's something to do with the air going over their nostrils, but I'm not exactly sure. Like I'm not, well, I'm not obviously not a lizard whisperer. Uh-oh, looks like I'm going to take a bite of Percy here. Oh! Oh my god! I'm glad I'm not Percy right at this moment. Obviously Percy's not dinner, but obviously Percy's had, oh, far better days. Sorry Percy. Sometimes it's, oh, to be a star you've got to take some pain. Oh! And that's sort of showing you the power that these guys have got in their jaws. Like I said, if you get your finger in that jaw there at the wrong time, you're going to know about it. Ouch! That certainly hurts. Well, okay, well, yeah, Percy, maybe he just loves that huff, huff, huff. I don't know. Let's try Thomas. Oh, holding Percy all by itself there. You want to let go or not? Hey, Lizzie? No. No. No, come on, Lizzie. Hey, here's a good friend. You remember Thomas? Come on. I've had great success with Thomas. If I've had actually a lizard sleeping via Thomas, I think it's something to do with huff, huff and puff over the nostrils. If I get it lined up correctly, is it going to work with this one? Or is Lizzie going to take out Thomas? What's it going to be? Hey, come on, Lizzie. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh, this is not looking good for Thomas. Oh, that's another bite, isn't it? Maybe, oh. No, I don't think the calming effect of Thomas is working this time round. Come on, Lizzie. Don't be so cruel to Thomas. Oh, come on. Okay, you want to hold Thomas, don't you? Come on. Maybe it's a hissing sound. Maybe it's like a mating call. Oh, ouch! I thought it was always a mating call or something. Look here. I think that's her ears there. The hole there. It all seems to open up when she's in attack mode. Or maybe she's just hungry. Or maybe she just loves Thomas that much. Thomas love, a very different sort. And actually what I want to show you here, you can just see the teeth there. Very small, but I'll tell you what, they're there. And you know, it's more about the jaw power than anything else when this girl gets hold of you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you won't see that on YouTube every day. Look at that. One blue-tongued lizard and Thomas the Tank sucker. Oh yeah, look at the eyes on Lizzie there, determined to get Thomas the Tank no matter how much Thomas huffs and puffs. Lizzie's not going to let go. Come on, I want to show Salty, but these two seem to be bonded. Look at I think I could actually hold Thomas up, and I think the blue tongue would be hanging on there for grim life. Look, I wonder if I could do that. Oh, there we are, I'll let go. Wow. Like I said, once these guys get a hold of you, you want to really be careful. Well, I'll be quite honest here, I wanted to move on to Salty, because I know Salty could tell a tale. Salty doesn't huff and puff as much as, or differently to Percy and Thomas, because the huffer and puffer is coming out of his diesel exhaust stack there. I hope it's his exhaust stack. But he doesn't... Can I get Lizzie distracted by Salty, because I know Salty can tell a story. Hey Lizzie, let me tell you a story from the sea. No, it's not going to work, is it? I was hoping to do Salty, to see what Salty's effect was on Lizzie here, but obviously there's a love affair going on here that we cannot break. Well, there's some sort of bonding going on there that I'm not going to try and separate. I will take Lizzie and Thomas the Tank down to my mum's place for Lizzie's release back to where she came. And all the while, Thomas can't help but smile. Okay, so I'm down at my mum's place, and I'll show you where I found this lizard around about a week back. I found it down around the bins here. Sometimes when you move the bins, lizards will appear. Not going to happen this time. And it'll be interesting to see if the love affair with Thomas the Tank is still going on. Ooh. Looks like there's something going on between those two. And I think it's always really important to return nature to where it belongs. I think if I left Lizzie up at my place, she'd possibly be in another lizard's territory, and we'd hate to do that. She's much stronger now. Her tail looks much better than what it was when I picked her up. It was all mangled and very bloody. There was a scab on that which fell off about a day back. It looks a lot better now, and she's eating well. So it's definitely time to put her back to where she is happy. And this leaf litter down here is the perfect place where these guys love to get about. And when she's in there, you'll barely be able to see her. So I'll stand back a bit there. Can you see where she is? Well, I can see her. But if we go down, give her a tickle, she'll get into the leaf litter there. And I'm pretty sure that's her lovely home. But I hate to leave you all alone. I'll leave her a Thomas the Tank to play with. I'm sure I could spare one. And as always, thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.